Welcome to our ACCA Strategic Business Reporting or the SBR exam for June 2025. Now, the March exam has ended. What actually came up in March, these topics are not surprising. Seems to me that there are two versions of the SBR exam for March 2025. A lot of my SBR students commented that our mock exams and our revision helped quite a lot because quite a lot of areas were similar to the ones that we've predicted or covered in our course. Now, what actually came up, so for example, in the question 1, quite normal indeed in March sitting, and related to the ethical issue, quite normal indeed. However, the low interest government grant was tested in the ICE number 20 in March sitting. And also for other areas, including the carbon credit accounting, seems to be not quite surprising for the March sitting exam. For the version number 2, yes, a lot simpler than the version number 1, including the operating segment. I'm sure that you have covered that before. Our students have covered that in March, but it's time to look ahead. And that's why, as always, I prepared you with our keynote here. So firstly, summarizing the past exam questions, okay, related to different IFRs. Now, so you can see that since there are 2 to 3 versions of the SBR exam in each and every sitting, so this is why the topical IFRs, so you can refer to that in this table firstly, but what I'm going to be doing is that, more importantly, I'm going to give you our tips, which means our focus, okay, for the June 25 exam will be our tips for the SBR. Of course, the questions will always be the ethics question, no worries for that. But this time, for the IFRS number 15, for example, that some of the small areas, so for example, how to determine the principal and agent, so you will need to focus on that in much more detail in our revision phase. Including the IFRS 9 financial instrument, so for example, that the expected credit loss, okay, so maybe time to come up again. And also for other areas, so for example, related to the ICE number 12, income taxes, okay? Particularly the deferred taxes on the business combination. So that's important because when we are determining the goodwill, we'll need to subtract the net asset of the subsidiary at acquisition date, and any deferred tax liability, we'll need to subtract that from the net asset value. ICE number 19, employees benefit. Again, time to come up again, okay, so make sure that we are ready for that. And of course, the sustainability standard, okay, so making sure that you know the general requirements, and this will be absolutely fine there. Now, our plan is as follows, okay, for our revision plan. So up to 10th May 2025, I will need you to go through our revision materials, including the pre-learned paragraph for the June exam and the recent past exam questions that in our revision notes with our own written answer. Just cover them step by step, okay, using our lectures, absolutely fine there. So once we've done that, the next phase is from 10th May 2025 onwards. I will need you to cover the most important or the selected questions for the June 25 exam. Let me show you the selected questions for the upcoming sitting exam. So for example, the IFRS 3 business combinations, I will need you to go through these questions again in our revision note, so make sure that you're ready. Besides, the IFRS 5, the non-current asset held for sale, I will need you to go through the auto question and also the article question. Okay, so make sure that we are ready. So you can download this document, okay, from our study platform. So make sure that these are the, tipped areas that may be tested in the upcoming sitting exam. But I will say that just to be a disclaimer, I cannot guarantee that all of these areas will be tested because, as you can see, the examining team will set exam questions based on their judgment. So there will be heavy human judgment each and every time when they set exam questions. But covering these will give you more confidence if you can see similar adjustments or workings coming up in the actual exam. Alright then, together with our 3 mock exams, then you will pass this paper relatively straightforward indeed. Right then, so I look forward to seeing you soon in the next of our recording to go through the preload paragraph, and then I wish you the very best of luck in the upcoming June 25 exam success. Bye-bye.
APC, accounting for your future.